What makes the Norwegian scene special in the history of metal is that unlike any other scene, whether it's the San Francisco the Bay Area thrash metal scene, whether it's the Florida death metal scene or the Gothenburg death/thrash metal scene, is that unlike any of those movements, the culture and the place is incorporated into the music and the lyrics and the imagery. And that's totally unique in metal. Most metal is about rejecting your own culture, rejecting your own society, and it becomes just a celebration of, you know, individualism and rebellion.
Yeah, I know. The Vikings and everything. It all falls into place very neatly. If it's God's master plan, that's really black metal.
It's the chosen one.
I don't like this piece in the puzzle, but damn, it fits. Black metal, Norway.
Yeah, that's a nice sort of cheeky way of trying to brand your own thing, of course. But it, you know, it might work. I mean, if Santa Claus comes from Finland, why not say that black metal music comes from Norway?
You know that the Eskimos have 22 words for snow, but Immortal has 23.
One has, and with a certain justification, I guess, in the rest of the world, an idea of Norway as being extremely exotic. I mean, it's so cold, and it's mountainous, and the climate is so horrible, and it's nearly devoid of people. And then you have the rich Norse mythology, of course, and all of this can easily be sort of fed into black metal music.
Most Norwegians are in a way proud of their Viking heritage, and the metal scene look upon this Viking history as important and believe Norwegians to be closely related to the Viking mythology.
When we started out in '91, we, as every other band, needed to have some angle at what we were doing. But the satanic thing didn't work out for us. We felt that we needed to do something that we could stand behind 100%. And we were trying to find this common ground, me and Grutle, and we found that common fascination for Northern mythology.
The whole lyrical concept of Enslaved is kind of based upon not the Viking heritage, but more the Viking mythology. I mean, the ideas they had, for instance, Odin as a part of your individual consciousness, as your wisdom, while, for example, Thor, he represented your strength.
The gods in the Norse mythology are so much more interesting than the Christian God, because they embody both good and evil. They're unpredictable in a way which certainly the God of the New Testament is not. So they're easier to identify with.
I find it hard to believe that there is anything positive to gain from this attempt at reawakening the Norse gods. I think they are soundly dead and will not be awakened. Obviously, at the time, 1200 years ago, they did nurture religious belief, that did nurture society in this country, but I think they are no longer capable of that.
Christian influence has been strong on all parts of Norwegian social life, but very, very few actually attend church. So it's an extremely secularized country, with people formally belonging to the church, adopting its symbols culturally, but it plays very little real role in people's spiritual life.
I want to kind of look behind the kind of childish Christian description of the myths, and I was starting to pick up books about this very strong individual religion, very different from the big religions of the world like Christianity, Islam, where there is one God, there is a lot of rules, and there is one leader. The religions of the Vikings were more based upon advices instead of rules, individual freedom and so on.
I think the emotional and physical power represented in the Norse gods is attractive. It can perhaps be more personal because it has not yet been appropriated by the establishment of society, which Christianity has for 1,000 years in this country.
For me, it's a good thing because it makes me feel anchored in a way. It's rooted. I'm not into it because it's better than something else or it makes me feel superior to something. It just makes me feel connected to something, and especially when we've been singing in the always and stuff. That's given a very special sense of belonging to something.